Hey guys, this is Heather from healthyeatingstartshere.com. Alright, I just did the color run last weekend, which is why I have happy on my chest. It's not a permanent tattoo. I just like to keep the happiness going as long as I can. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about today is not happiness, although that is a very important part of life, but something that makes me happy is tempeh. I haven't been doing too many recipes lately with tempeh because I know it can be difficult for some people to find, and often when I post about tempeh, people ask me, what is it? Well, let me tell you. Tempeh is a soybean patty. It's made by taking whole soybeans that are cooked, I believe, before. They are made into a patty, and a bacterial culture is left with them to ferment. And fermenting is a word that doesn't always sound nice, but it is a really good thing. What it means is that the bacterial cultures are allowed to grow, and what I like to use is cultured. That always sounds like a nice word, right? So it is cultured soybeans, and it's based in Indonesia. That's where it originated from. So it's different from tofu, which is an Asian kind of food. Tofu is where the soybean is cooked and then pureed, and then the fiber is removed and something is added to curdle it and set it into a block. Whereas tempeh, it's the whole soybean pressed into a block and allowed to culture with a bacterial culture. So you can make your own. I haven't tried it yet. I'm always tempted. I have a friend who makes it, and I keep telling her that we have to make it together for my first time. But you do have to order the bacterial culture, and I haven't just done that yet. So someday I will make my own. Until then, what I do is use various tempehs that I find. Sometimes I have better luck than others finding it. So places like Victoria, there's a great brand there that I love called Green Cuisine, and they make their own tempeh. It's amazing. It comes marinated and cooked. All you need to do is either heat it if you like or eat it cold. And so when I was first posting tempeh recipes, I was posting recipes where I was just cutting up the tempeh and using it like that. And some people came on and said, oh my God, you're crazy, why aren't you cooking your tempeh? I didn't realize that some of them do not come pre-cooked. So that's something to look for when you're buying tempeh and thinking about how you're going to serve it, is whether it comes cooked or not. So like I said, my favorite brand is Green Cuisine. They come cooked. Then there is, I think this is Tofurkey. It's the same brand as that makes Tofurkey anyway. And this comes cooked and with some sauce. This one is a coconut curry flavor, which is delicious. And then often I find local tempehs. So like this one is in Ottawa, and it's made here locally. This one actually has quinoa in it. So it's not always soybeans. Sometimes there's buckwheat in the mix of what's being pressed together into that patty. So this one has sesame seeds and quinoa. And then sometimes there are various other ones. So I found this one in the store as well. It's really delicious. It seems to be cooked, and I just heat it up, and it doesn't have a ton of flavor with it, so I like to cook it in with some flavor. You can marinate your own tempeh, and what I'm going to do is film for you and post later this week my favorite way to prepare tempeh. So for now, you can just go maybe try to find some tempeh locally. I find it often in health food stores, not always in major grocery stores, but sometimes. It depends on the store as to whether they stock stuff like that. It would be in the refrigerated section or sometimes in the freezer section, and yeah, it's just called tempeh. So I hope you managed to find some and try it. I really like it. The other thing you can do is just look out for it at restaurants. If you go to certain restaurants, they often serve it. Anyway, so stay tuned later this week for a tempeh cooking technique and recipe, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about tempeh right now. Hope you guys are having a lovely day and find some way to have some happiness in your life. Okay, see you guys.